We're here today at the Southampton International Boat Show with Ryan Hall from the RNLI and also Sam Hughes from the RNLI and Jez Entwistle of GJW Direct, and we're launching All Hands on Deck, which is to celebrate the RNLI's 200th anniversary. Now Ryan, with 238 lifeboat stations around the UK and Ireland, manned by volunteer crews, the RNLI is a huge organisation. What does it take to manage this?
That is a great question, thank you. It is a huge organisation. As you said, 238 lifeboat stations, over 240 lifeguarded beaches and fundraising branches across the UK and Ireland. It is a huge organisation that takes a lot to train, equip and ensure our volunteers are able to educate to save lives at sea, to fundraise importantly, so importantly we can save lives at sea. Now, Jez, I've been an RNLI offshore member for 30 years, but I know you've upped your support for the RNLI considerably recently.
Yeah, that's right. I've recently become a volunteer at my local lifeboat station up in Moylver in North Wales. So I've just completed my slipway crew training and hopefully go on the boat in the very near future. So yeah, really looking forward to that.
That is a real level of commitment you're showing beyond just what you do with GJW.
Yeah, it is, and they're just a great team, and you know, being able to work with these guys at work and with the GJW direct hat on, and then go and volunteer at the weekends and evenings is great. So yeah, really become part of the family.
Superb. Now, Sam, over 140,000 lives have been saved in the 200 years since the RNLI was founded, but much of what you do is education. How do you get your key messages across to water users?
Absolutely. So education is a real key life-saving opportunity for us. So we do it through a different range. We've got water safety volunteers that go into schools. They help educate young people and youth groups around vital life-saving messages such as float to live in an emergency. Our water safety volunteers also go to places like marinas and sailing clubs where they deliver things like life jacket clinics, teaching members of the public how to look after their life jackets, how to check them and maintain them so they know if they were in an emergency situation it would work for them. Our water safety volunteers also teach people about different means of communication because we know that's a really important skill to have in an emergency. We also have a range of different water safety campaigns and we rely on partners such as GJW Direct to help us share those key messages. But more importantly, anyone can be a lifesaver by sharing our messages. So if you see some of our water safety campaigns, please do share them with your friends and family.
Thanks very much there, Sam. And Jez, when GJW Direct were initially looking at organisations to collaborate with, why did you choose the RNLI and how did you implement this?
The two brands just align perfectly because we're all working with exactly the same audience. So our clients who go to sea in their boats every weekend rely massively on the RNLI as that support if and when anything goes wrong. But also we have a lot of social media, so we're able to share the messaging that Sam and her team are putting out to boat users. So that really gets into the core of the boat owner and the boat user, and along with that, with the generosity of our clients, they also make donations. So we're raising much needed funds as well with policies that are bought through GJW Direct.
I noticed that when you renew your insurance, there's the box you can tick, and a donation goes to the RNLI.
Absolutely, yeah, straight to the RNLI, and I think up to now we've raised over £250,000 over the years we've been working with these guys. So it's really nice to be able to help along the way.
Fantastic. Now, Sam, post-COVID, there has been a significant rise in people enjoying time on the water. Has this resulted in more need for the RNLI services?
So it's great to see people getting out on the water. As many people have seen, stand-up paddleboarding has seen an absolute explosion in people getting out on the water. So we'd urge anyone, if they're heading out on a paddleboard, to remember our top tips. To wear a buoyancy aid, it will help you keep you afloat if you end up in the water. To take a means of communication such as a mobile phone in a waterproof pouch. You can take some great pictures, but more importantly, if you need to, you can call 999 and ask for the Coast Guard. We'd always advise people to wear the correct leash for the environment you're paddling in. So it might mean that you need to change your ankle leash to a quick release waist leash depending on where you're paddling. And finally, we'd really encourage paddleboarders to avoid offshore winds. It might look like a beautiful day, but actually what we're seeing is people getting caught out and struggling to get back to the shore and where they started from. So please do check the weather forecast and avoid offshore winds. We really want everyone to have a great time when heading out on the water. Depending on your activity, you can find out more of our tips on our website. Visit rnli.org/safety.
Just a few really simple safety tips that can make a huge difference to people's day on the water. Now, Jez, have GJW Direct seen a corresponding rise in first-time water users in the last few years?
Definitely, since COVID, the number of people going on the water has increased massively, and that's given the whole industry a fantastic boost, but also given the guys at the RNLI a lot more to think about, particularly as Sam talked about paddleboarders. Certainly at the station I volunteer at, we've seen a big increase there as well. So yeah, definitely more and more people using boats, more and more people out on the water, which is great to see.
Now, Ryan, support for the RNLI comes in many forms, most visibly with the volunteers on the water and fundraising. But what are the ways that the public can donate?
As you said, we are a charity kindly sponsored by donations and proud partners like GJW Direct. Public can get involved by becoming a member. They can take part in fundraising events. They can don their running shoes like I'm going to do in 2024 on the London Marathon. And of course, they can take part of the local sailing clubs with All Hands on Deck in 2024 to help celebrate our 200th year of lifesaving.
And Jez, the RNLI has collaborated with GJW Direct for a number of years, and now All Hands on Deck initiative is being launched to celebrate the RNLI's 200th anniversary. What does this involve?
Well, firstly, I think a massive round of applause to the RNLI for reaching 200 years. Congratulations, guys, from everybody at GJW Direct. So, All Hands on Deck was brought to us as an event in 2024 to raise funds for the RNLI, and it's all about getting people out on the water. So we're inviting clubs to run an event any time to fit in with their sailing calendar from the 1st of January to the 31st of December next year. It can be a race, it can be a cruise, it could be a barbecue, it could be a build a raft day, it could be anything, and really it's just a matter of getting people out on the water and having a bit of fun, as well as raising funds on the way.
And is there an initial event which could open things up?
Well, we're delighted to say that the first event that's registered with us is the Bloody Mary Pursuit Race run by Queen Mary Sailing Club on the 6th of January. That's not saying that anybody can't come in and sneak in with a 1st of January event to get in there before the Bloody Mary, but yeah, that's a big event on the UK sailing calendar to launch from as an opener for All Hands on Deck.
And that's really important. This isn't just about a race that could happen. This is any event at a club.
Absolutely. It could be a race, it could be a series of races, it could be a cruise, it can be absolutely anything. It's all about having fun, getting a bow sticker on your boat to show that you're supporting the event, and as I say, raising the funds that are needed.
And the added benefit of participation, so it's a win-win.
Absolutely.
And Ryan, if a member of the public is interested in volunteering for the RNLI, be that in a shore-based or lifeboat role, how would they go about contacting you and starting?
First of all, I'd direct the member of the public to either their nearest lifeboat station or to our website to look at the volunteer for us section. But to volunteer, we don't just take shore crew, we take boat crew, we take fundraisers, and it can be no matter what time you've got to give to the RNLI. Any time is precious for us, and it helps us fund our important cause. As Jez will show, we've now, shore crew is quite, go along to lifeboat station, say hello, get a part of the shore crew, progress to boat crew. Go and stand with a bucket and help fundraise at a local fundraising event, or of course spread our message, get out and spread our water safety messages across the coast and keep people safe.
Well, it's a fantastic initiative, All Hands on Deck, to celebrate 200 years of the RNLI. So congratulations to GJW and the RNLI for what is a momentous occasion and should be a fantastic year of people getting out, participating and raising funds for the RNLI. Thank you very much all for your time.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you.